Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's going to be actually a pretty fun day for me. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time for this truck, and I think we should address the issues along with a plastic charge pipe on the cold side of the 6.0s. Ford did come out with an updated OEM metal tube for them, and that's what I have right here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to, before we tear into the truck and stuff like that, we're going to get this guy Cerakoted so that we can make sure there's no oil or anything on it as of right now. But let me show you exactly what I mean. So the issues with the plastic on the cold side of the intercooler pipe is that it's ribbed on the bottom of it, and that tends to crack, especially the more you take them off and put them back on, it starts to crack. And with a bunch of heat cycles and the truck being 20 years old, it has definitely seen its fair share of life. And now that we are tuned, boost pressure is a little higher than what it normally is in a 6.0. So this is what I'm saying here. This guy is going to save us the problems of boost leaks. So this is the updated OEM part, if anybody's looking for it. There's your part number for the cold side of the intercooler piping. And this guy is going to look so nice in the engine bay, especially with it being the same color. I didn't want to have to, but now it looks like we're going to have to degrease and pressure wash because it is dirty. So we need to get that cleaned up before we Cerakote. So this came with the factory Ford intercooler pipe boots, and I opted to upgrade the clamps and boots for a set of Riff Raff Diesel updated boots and clamps. This one's going to go up top, up here. This is what is going to go to the intake plenum, and then another updated boot for the bottom. So that's going to be sweet. And then I did get the updated spring clamps from Riff Raff, better than the OEM ones, or the OEM style, I guess. But now I have some extra on hand for down here. So we need to get this guy taken apart and get him degreased, pressure washed, and then sandblasted. So with that, with the plastic charge pipe that we're going to be taking off, have no use for it, you just throw it in the trash. I do have another concern. There's a lot of oil in the charge pipes and coming out of the turbo, and it's not coming out the exhaust side, and it's not smoking any, so it is the crankcase ventilation, the CCV hose, blowing it into my charge pipes. I kind of want to take like a vacuum, I know it sounds weird, or a hand pump, and shove it into the intercooler and see if any oil comes out, because if that's the case, we're going to have to pull the intercooler and then clean it really well. And then maybe you have to do a crankcase ventilation relocation, vent it to atmosphere. But let's get these clamps pulled off, and then we'll get this guy painted up. Alrighty, so we got the piece, the intercooler pipe, sandblasted. Took a while, probably a good couple hours. I need a bigger compressor, but this one does the job perfectly for all the parts that I need to. So when we start growing, maybe a bigger compressor's in the future. But I got the piece sandblasted, hung up outside. It is wax and grease removed. It is ready to go for Cerakote. So now all we gotta do is load the gun up and start spraying. I'm going to give this guy a couple light coats to start, and then once that kind of hardens up a little bit, gives it base, then I'll do a nice heavier coat and make everything good to go. So I'll throw the camera up and we'll go shoot some paint. Alrighty. Well, we got that guy sorted. So now we just have to repeat the steps that we did in last video. We're going to, hey B, we're going to take out the air box. And that's pretty much it for this piece. So let's get this guy removed. I'll tell you, this black plastic in the sun is hot. Ugh. There it is. I kind of hate the factory box. Flows nice, but I kind of hate it. Just like that, matter of a minute and a half, airbox is out. Now, we have full access to our intercooler piping. Let's get this pipe off. I'm gonna check that intercooler. Okay. Oh yeah. I think I might have to take that off. The degas bottle, I don't want to snap that nipple. Okay. So, I'm actually glad that I did this metal intercooler pipe because I'm looking at this, and this guy's really flimsy. Like, you can just bend him however you want. My turbo system still holds boost pressure, which is good, but I don't know if you can see how it's starting to bow out like that here. It was building pressure on this rib, and it was going to crack at some point under hard acceleration. So I'm glad I'm getting rid of it now. But there is the factory piece of crap one. And I just painted the OEM updated one, so that's good. Once that's done, we can install it on there. I kind of want to get a hand pump and see if I can get some of this oil out of this intercooler, if there is any, because it just seems like with how much oil is in these intercooler pipes, I feel like there is some in the intercooler. And I don't really want to take the intercooler out today, but I can. I want to, but I can. So let me grab a hand pump and see if I can get anything out of this. Alrighty, so I stuck my screwdriver down into the depths of my intercooler as best I could, and I didn't really have any oil come up off of the screwdriver, so that makes me think that it's not like pooling in there, which is good. It's just residual coming from the, you know, the compressed air and stuff. So we need to wait for that guy to dry, at least a couple hours. So in the meantime, while we wait for that guy to dry, I need to do some touch-ups on some of the engine bay stuff. I'm gonna get after that, and here in just a second we'll be installing this charge pipe. Alrighty, so as you can see, she's painted up, she's dried to the point of tack free where I can install it. So how I'm gonna install it is I'm gonna put on the lower boot here first, get that slid into place, and then once I have that one in place, then I'll put the top one on, compress it all together, make sure all my clamps are good, and from there we'll be good. We just have to be careful trying to get it in because I don't want to ruin anything. But let's get this guy taken off of the wire, and then we'll go over there to the truck and have it installed. So we gotta get this boot on first. Slid into place, nice and pretty. Alright, that one's in and on. Let's get the pipe. Alright, get this out of the way. I gotta figure out how to finagle this guy in here without scratching him. And he's in that boot. Okay, So now that we got that bottom one on and loose, we can mess with this one here. Pull him back a little bit. Put this boot on. And then drop this boot down. This boot. Well, that's how it's going to look installed, and it is painted. And what kind of makes me angry now is this, like I said in the past video, is not up to my quality that I want to do. So I'm probably going to take that off and redo it. I don't think today's the day for that, but let's get these clamps tightened up. Okay, well, this guy's done, this guy's done, this guy's done, these are done. That is a way better looking engine bay than before. Let's finish getting that intake installed, and then we'll get down to business. I kind of like to assemble it as a whole unit, and kind of makes it slide in a little easier. And now you see why I didn't want to install that degas bottle piece right here, because that's how I've had a problem in the past. Broke the nipple, so don't want to do that. There it is. So much easier when you install it as a unit. It takes 2 seconds instead of 20 minutes trying to finagle it through all these hoops. Let's get this filter minder back in. Put that back in its spot. And then map, intake air, gravy like a train. Well, there's the finished look. This guy all done up, Cerakoted. We're good. Clamps are all tight on all of them. One thing, I don't know if you can see, these are the old riffraff boots down here, and these are the new ones. This is a lighter blue than that, so that doesn't match, so I might have to get new boots for that side. But other than that, that's a finished look here on that side. Now I need to know in the comments, what should I do next? You guys need to let me know down in the comments what I should do next. That was pretty nice to get that new one on there and get this old one that was about to crack off. So it's going to make life a whole lot easier now. Hopefully I don't run into any sort of boost leaks in the future. But that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I appreciate everybody sticking around watching this video. It means the world to me. Your support's amazing. So thank you, everybody, for staying tuned and watching my videos. Let me know what you guys think of the color combo, and also what you think I should do next, because I'm not really running out of ideas. I know what I'm going to do, but I just want to hear from you guys. What do you think would look the best, or what can I do to improve efficiency and, you know, go fast parts, because that's always fun. But I'm going to wrap it up right here. I'll see you guys in the next video.